We did our first prints, and I'm going to give you my first impressions of the Anatol Titan M coming up. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon so that way you don't miss out on future videos of us vlogging the Anatol Titan M. Let's go ahead and get some jobs done. Well, it is a new day. I got my first job completed on the Titan. I did need to recharge my batteries this past Sunday. So here we are, Monday. Let's go ahead and knock out these orders and get all caught up. My first prints that I did came out pretty nice. I had it on step back mode. The only issue I kind of really ran into with the press was just learning it, in the sense that step back mode's a whole new thing to me. So when to load the shirt, I had to kind of figure that out on the fly. Well, that's enough jibber jabber. Let's get to it. got my first order all complete. I did run into 2 issues. Really, user error is what it came down to. I did have too much squeegee pressure on the white ink, which resulted in kind of rubbing through the screen a little bit. And with these particular shirts, we were not able to blow them out. We could, but it's removing the dye, and also we ran into dye migration is another issue. So we'll have to talk with our client and see what we decided. We'll definitely have to replace the shirts that needed some blowing out with the new press, because we do have 10 stations. By the time you get through 10 shirts and it comes around, that's when you start to notice things like that. Keep an eye out for that. It's time to break down the job we just did, and we're going to get started on the next one.
You're gonna have to do this fast enough so that it could just keep going by itself.
Now that I've gotten some jobs underneath my belt and had the chance to use the Anatol Titan, I've found the press very easy to use, so much so that I had Michelle get on the press and run off some orders. The flash was pretty easy to dial in. It didn't take a whole lot of tweaking to really get it where I want it. And setting the squeegee angles and pressure took a little bit of playing around with. I did initially have probably a little too much angle, a little too straight up and down, and too much pressure. So I'm still messing around with that, but I do believe I found my perfect settings, which I'll share with you in a future video. My air consumption has gone down quite a bit. The previous press, the compressor would turn on about every 3 minutes. With this press here, it is turning on maybe 4 or 5 times a day max, and that's running the press all day long. Our prints also have been that much more consistent with these electric heads. With the pneumatic heads that we had on our previous press, sometimes the squeegee would get hung up and then the air would force it, but this is just a nice consistent pull, which has made for better prints. The laser alignment. You don't really realize what you're missing out on when you don't have it, but when you do have it, it makes keeping the distance from the top of your collar, or if you're doing a specialty print, say over a pocket, it makes it that much easier and will consume less time, allowing you to get jobs done faster. I have noticed while reclaiming screens and cleaning up that with the chopper style versus the V-squeegee that we had, it's allowing me to get jobs done without having to collect a lot of ink as often, and also it minimizes the amount of cleanup that I have to do. I'm using that much less supplies such as ink wash and press wash to get the job done. Therefore, it's saving me some money. And the good old side clamps, I'm really liking these. I was a little, I wasn't quite sure about the whole system where it's a lever to clamp it down, but it's completely changed my mind because it holds registration really well. These side clamps do a great job. It's not flimsy whatsoever. And it also makes it a little easier to see your image, load ink into the press without making a mess because you're not having to reach over the press, increasing the risk of just getting ink on your machine. So I think it's pretty brilliant that it is on the side. The only difference really to me was just kind of learning that it's on the side, but if you really think about it, when they're on the front, essentially you're just looking at it like this, and generally I'm over here on the side registering my screen up anyways. And how the registration knobs are configured on this thing has made it that much easier to register our prints and just kind of really fine tune and dial in our registration. Last but certainly not least are the safety features on this press. As I mentioned, I do like to get in between the press, and having these bars here to make sure I'm safe is huge. And we do have children occasionally that we bring to the shop, and so having the safety bar here as well, not only for their safety but for ours. Not that they're just playing around the press while it's running. There's been a couple, maybe 3 concerns that people have left in the comments, and those are the flash, it being easy to burn shirts. I found that not to be true so far, and it might just be because I'm stepping my way up and not really setting my temperatures high towards where that's possible, but I have yet to experience that. And then the other thing is the clamp downs for the squeegee angle is that they tend to loosen up, which I haven't had any problems with it. If you have had any problems, be sure to let Anatol know. I'm sure they'll take care of you because their customer service has been great. Our rep Mike called us first thing Monday just to see how things were going. So I feel very confident in anything that does come up with the press that it will be quickly resolved. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. We are going to continue to vlog our experience. As we get more familiar with the press, we'll be able to get faster and improve the quality of our prints. So be sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on the thing. Until next time, guys, we will see you later.